crime novel adaptations now becoming the new video game adaptations of movies, because the past few haven't been all that great, and unfortunately this one continues that trend. The Snowman. So Snowman is the latest mystery crime drama starring Michael Fassbender and Rebecca Ferguson, as well as a few other big names, but I don't really know why they've got those big names in there, because between them, all of them get at least about 10-15 minutes screen time, if that. I mean, the main big names in this movie are Michael Fassbender and Rebecca Ferguson, and they are the characters that we do follow in this film. But the other names that you may recognise don't really have as much screen time as you'll probably expect them to do from the trailer. All that being said, in this movie we follow Michael Fassbender and Rebecca Ferguson, who are hunting down the Snowman killer. He's killed many people in the past, and it's now up to these two to piece together all the clues to stop this guy for good. And that is basically the plot to this movie. I mean, there's nothing really else much to this film, except maybe some side stories that the characters have. But the main focus is these two characters going after the Snowman killer, and overall, I was really disappointed by this film. Now, when I first saw the trailer for this movie, I thought this could be one of the best movies of the year. It had good star power, it had Michael Fassbender in the lead, who always gives great performances in any movie that he's in. And even in this movie, he gives a great performance, but the movie as a whole just wasn't good. It wasn't well put together. Now, I haven't read the novel that this movie is based on, so I can't compare the two there, but I feel like there's a lot in the novel that has been left out of this film. Like, there are a lot of scenes that jump cut between little bits every now and then, and certain sections of the film which feel like they have so much more to tell don't actually get that time to tell it, because the movie's basically going, right, we need this information out there, we need to move on to the next scene because we can't have a 3-hour-long film. And because of that, I feel like a lot of information's been thrown out of us instead of actually the main focus of the story and the characters. Talking of the characters as well, there's not really much to them. I mean, I didn't really latch onto any of the characters in this film. But Michael Fassbender is good in anything that he is really in. He gives a good performance in this movie with the material that he has. Same goes for Rebecca Ferguson as well. She does a good job with the material that she has. But the main issue I have with this movie is the script just feels like a complete mess. I mean, the dialogue itself is pretty dull and boring, and some of the actors' deliveries, excluding the main two, is actually quite emotionless and quite one-note and monotone. Other than Michael Fassbender and Rebecca Ferguson, no other actor in this movie gives enough energy behind their delivery. There's no charisma behind their character or their line delivery. And it almost sounds like they're just reading a line from the script that they've been given, and in that it sounds quite boring, which then bores us. The movie tries to be a lot smarter than it actually is as well, by having quite a few twists and turns in this movie, which are very easily predictable if you know a movie like this. If you don't watch a lot of murder mystery type movies or TV shows, then I feel like you'll have a better experience in this film. But for those people who are constantly watching those types of films, then without a doubt you're going to be able to call who the killer is halfway through this film, whilst also being able to predict the other twists and turns that the movie has. I also wasn't a fan of the directing for this movie. A lot of the shots didn't feel like they flowed together as well as they should have. There wasn't much suspense behind any of the scenes that were being filmed. I mean, even in the scenes when you're supposed to feel tense, I didn't feel anything like that. It just felt like a scene with actors reading from their scripts, because again, a lot of the line delivery is monotone and one note. The editing is also a massive issue in this movie as well. There are a lot of times where it really doesn't work out. There are times where it's okay and it kind of flows together in a certain way, but a lot of the time it's very jump cut, very sudden, and you really do feel like there is a lot missing from this film. Like, there are so many deleted scenes that were just thrown on the floor because they didn't want a 3-hour-long movie. I mean, the movie itself already is 2 hours long. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty bored throughout the majority of the runtime for this film. Overall, guys, I was pretty disappointed by this movie. It wasn't as good as I was expecting it to be from the trailer. Michael Fassbender and Rebecca Ferguson are definitely the best parts of this movie, while the rest of the actors are just reading from their scripts, very monotone, one note, and feel like they don't give a shit. And other than me not being a fan of the directing or even the editing in this movie, I feel like this movie mainly suffers from a terrible script. Now, I have no idea what the novel is like, if the novel is better or there's a lot more in the novel that isn't in the film. That may be why this movie isn't as good as it could have been. But because I haven't read the novel, I can't make that comparison, and I can only take away what the film gave me, and I feel like the movie is missing a lot that is from the book. If anyone has read the book and seen the movie, if you could comment below if it is actually true that they left a lot out, or if it's all exactly like it is in the book, then please let me know. But otherwise, I was really disappointed by this movie. There's a lot in this movie that really doesn't make sense to me, especially when you go out and start thinking about it more. It just pokes holes in it even more. Like I said, I feel like the movie was trying to be smarter than it actually is, and because it took itself far too seriously at times, it came off very dull and boring. But I will say, if you are a fan of murder mystery type movies, then you may enjoy this movie more than I did. But me personally, I was bored from it. I didn't really find myself interested in the story or the characters, and so for all those reasons, I'm going to give The Snowman 1 star. So, The Snowman, have you guys seen it yet? What did you think about it? Whatever you thought, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks to those for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.